Hi, Vaani. It's been so long. It's wonderful. If-
I know. It's been really long.
yes. Vaani BellBottom is your first big film with Akshay Kumar and another big action film for you post-war. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Um, Getting such opportunities. I mean, what significance of doing such films? What does it mean to you as an actor at this stage of your career?
So I'm looking at the brighter side where I'm getting to work with a mega star like Akshay Kumar in a story which is very very captivating. I mean, it's drawn and its essence is from true events that have happened in our country. And it's very interesting to know that today a Gen Z can maybe, I don't know if they can relate or cannot relate, but back in the days when you didn't have the social media and the technology wasn't this advanced, how people really, kind of resolved such issues that they had to encounter. During Mrs. Indira Gandhi's times and all, and how they kind of succeeded or how things shaped up. So I think it's very interesting to know that it's a chapter that one has witnessed in the past, and now they're putting it as it's been very well put together project, and you have an Akshay Kumar who's leading it.
Hmm.
So just for me to be part of a very interesting story like that, and
Hmm.
having an opportunity like that in the midst of pandemic when everything was shut, and I got this great film, and I said yes to it, and then we went shot for it.
That's wonderful. So, I mean, I think it was the first ever film to complete entire shoot during the pandemic process. And I think a lot of precautions were taken during the shoot. In fact, a friend of mine, Anirudh Dave, is also in the film as well. And I remember speaking with him and he was like, yeah, I'm quarantining. I remember he mentioned that
Yeah.
as well during the whole process. So how difficult was it for you to shoot amidst the crisis? I mean, it must have been quite a shock to get used to the new machinery style of filmmaking, that too in Scotland as well, right?
I think that the only phase where I felt like, oh, damn, we are stuck in a pandemic in Glasgow was our quarantine days. Those 14 days, one had to be quarantined.
Ah.
Apart from that, I think once we got rolling and we started shooting, everything was very well taken care of. So one wasn't getting very conscious of, because, we were in a very airtight bubble. Like the people from the team and everybody were getting tested twice or thrice a week. Protocols were being followed. There was a lot of discipline. Outsiders weren't allowed in our bubble. So, and wherever the shoot was happening, everything was taken care of, from sanitization to the testing to the locations and everything, which was very spaced out. It's not very heavily populated when
Mm.
vis-a-vis like the more populated countries that, I mean, like even for us, like a city, we have a lot of people. So there's like, the apartments are smaller and everything, but there's a lot of space and less population. So I think it came under control a lot sooner.
Mhm.
And it just didn't feel like, once we got rolling, it didn't feel so difficult. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Now, the length of
Yeah.
roles is something which I think is sometimes at the back of an actor's mind when they get approached for certain work as well. वो जो context है work के लिए वो भी बहुत बहुत important होता है. लेकिन was this also a concern for you during the recent works you have done, like in War and Bell Bottom, like the length of the role? Has that always been something you've been concerned about as well as an actor?
When War was offered to me, I knew that it's a Hrithik and a Tiger's film. It wasn't like I was discovering on my way while I was getting a narration, and the film was mounted on those two actors. But I got a very
Yeah.
substantial part to play in it. I wasn't some floozy. I wasn't playing a daft person who had absolutely no idea what she's doing in the film. She did have a story. She did have, her character was very imperative for the storyline of the movie, which is why when you see the film, you understand why Hrithik Roshan's character goes rogue. What is his
Mm.
motivation to go rogue? So, and I think again, like, a chance to be playing, an opportunity to be working with a actor like Ritik
Yeah.
was a great opportunity for me. It was a great production and great padding, and it was a film which reaches a much wider audience. It's a so you are more known. What happens is, you either get the bang on films which are all driven on you, riding on your shoulders, the perfect script, the perfect part, the perfect role, and everything's in your lap, and you're just doing it, and you get lucky. People love you for who you are, and you can continue on that journey. or
Hmm.
you build a certain credibility for people to know you, at least, who want to come and watch you in films. You should be bankable enough for any producer or director to take you in those parts. Today I may want to be part of XYZ films, but are those coming to me? They will not come to me unless I have a certain credibility, or a certain amount of success backing me. And it's a very business mind, like people are making films also considering these business logistics in mind. So I feel everybody charts a different course in this industry. Nobody can have similar like journeys. And whatever's coming to me, I'm trying to pick the best of it. And I have no complaints about being part of a big film where I have a tiny part. Even if I have a tiny part, what may I do to be recognized or to register myself? How much can I make of that part? That for me also becomes very important, and it's a challenge. Why not? Okay, let me do something where I can be remembered, or I can, even if it's a 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute, half an hour role, whatever, I'm in 2 hour, on screen, are people wanting to watch me? So that's my challenge as an actor, and I'm hoping I can at least be part of great films, and in my way, I'm trying to pick the best that comes my way.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very well said. Now, Vani, this next question is actually broken into two parts because we're running very short on time. And, I've always said to you that, in Should They See Romance, whenever we've done interviews, I've always mentioned that I've seen that spark in you as an actor. Kuch tha aap mein, and I still stand by that even today. And I think it's wonderful to kind of see you come this far and sort of get this opportunity as well. But I think, so the first part of the question, when you began in this industry, what were your expectations then? And have your aspirations or goals changed since? And also, I know there was a big gap after Befikre until war happened for you as well. So what kept you motivated during that time, and how introspective was it for you? Two big questions in one. Sorry,
Yeah.
time is running short.
No worries. So the first is, I'm sorry, I think I've intertwined and kind of mixed those up. I feel that from day one, I had a certain vision for myself. I don't know if I'm going to ever achieve that or not, but at least I knew the kind of movies I don't want to be part of. At least I knew what I don't want. So that kind of eased out for me when it came to choosing my projects and films. And I depend highly on my intuition and my gut feeling. And that's never changed from my first film to now. Even when I had that whole lull period that you're mentioning during, between Befikre to a war, I chose to sit at home than do films that weren't giving me any contentment or any kind of happiness, which were at some level dissatisfactory, or felt like, okay, I really have to do this as a compromise because, hey, we all need visibility. So I feel I have always stood by less work is fine to me as long as it's good work for me, and I don't have to look back ever with regret. So that's what I've tried to maintain. I've genuinely tried to maintain that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what I love the most about Yvani is this positive attitude as well. It's all we need, right? Because I know how difficult it is in this industry to survive as well. And I think on a final note, before I let you go, Vani, I mean, you have always been very optimistic. I mean, do you hope that this optimistic attitude will help you further with opportunities in life in general? And also, you have after BellBottom Shamshera coming up. So what can we expect from that as well?
I'm so excited for Shamshera as well. It's a big, big theatrical experience movie again with Ranbir Kapoor. I've been a huge fan of Ranbir Kapoor as an audience myself. Yeah, he's so wonderful to work with. Karan Malhotra, I'm a huge fan again of his Agnipath, the film that he had made, which is, so this is also a big film which is a roller coaster of every emotion. It's drama, it has action, it has love, it has everything in it. So you get like a very how do you say, a well satisfactory experience when you watch it as an audience. And never like seen before, again I'm going to say, which sounds by now I think a bit cliched and mundane, but it's actually something that I've not done before. It's a very different era, even from a BellBottom. So it's a world which is explored by me as an actor for the first time, even by Ranbir for the first time. And I'm just hoping and keeping my fingers crossed. I'm feeling very excited about Shamshera. Yeah.
Oh, that is wonderful to hear. But I think on that note, Vani, it's always a joy to talk to you. I still remember that first interaction that we had during the Befikr press conference, and what a time that was. And now to see you, speaking like this, it's just so heartening for me to see. And I can clearly see that you've had a lot of introspection and a lot of experience in life. And I think on that note, I'm just want to congratulate you and wishing you all the very best for BellBottom and all upcoming projects. And I can't wait to speak with you again.
Thank you. Thank you. It was wonderful talking to you.
It's lovely talking to you too, Vaani.
Thank
Take care.
you. You take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Thank you, Anand. Cheers.
Thanks, Amit. Thanks.